Hi, I'm Amrita Chowdhury, Director of Gaia. Gaia is an enterprise SaaS company. We use IoT and AI-based SaaS platform for transforming smart sites and smart cities. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how connected sites and connected workforce are being transformed due to the pandemic. The pandemic has brought forth many different things about how we live, work, or play in the built infrastructure or the built environment around us. At one level, a site needs to today perform to a much higher level of health and hygiene standard, a much higher level of operational effectiveness and productivity and efficiency compared to before. Right? The increase in social distrust is demanding that sites and site operators ensure this higher performance and also communicate this higher performance to the users, the occupiers of these spaces or these buildings. At the same time, at another level, site managers need to do all of this higher level of performance with fewer people. Fewer people because there is a need for social distancing, there may be a need to cut costs, and very often there is sheer unavailability of the last mile worker, and hence fewer people are able to be deployed at any site. Right? So these competing pressures today then mean that digitalization, which was being talked about, really must hasten. It must accelerate. It must speed up and transform the way these sites were being operated and the workforce in there, how they were doing their job and how they were maintaining and managing the operations of that premise. Gaia is also addressing some of these issues of the next stage of connected sites and connected workforce. And there are some ingredient technologies at play over here. The first one is IoT monitoring. Now, IoT monitoring, for example, has been there for a while. Building operators, buildings of all types, whether they were warehouses, retail, mall, hospitals, or commercial office buildings, they were all using different kinds of sensors for monitoring energy, for monitoring occupancy, people coming into the premises, the temperature, humidity, the site conditions, and so on. Right? The need for this is going to accelerate. Newer kinds of use cases may come up. Some of these may relate to the health and wellness parameters of a building. For example, the air quality index, the lighting coming in, the hygiene and safety parameters inside the building. It could look at effluent monitoring and the quality of water and wastewater treatment that is happening at a facility, and so on. Right? So all of these will lead to a need for higher instrumentation. People might be judicious, they might be mindful of costs, but at the same time, a lot of new types of sensors and camera-based technologies will come into play, right? And the whole idea is that you're automating the operations of the building. You're enabling these sensors to digitally acquire data and information about the building, its condition, the condition of the assets, the condition of the people working there, and create a data-driven and an event-driven operational management model. The second big change will be around workforce monitoring. So using a combination again of sensors, these could be wearable sensors or fixed sensors, real-time location tracking of people as they move about the premises, as well as a suite of digital tools. There will be a lot more monitoring of workforce to look not just at their attendance and presence, but also at the tasks that they are performing, these tasks that need to be done at the right place at the right time, to a higher level of service level expectations and a higher level of quality. And we need people and connected sites and their managers will need to ensure that the productivity of these workers is optimized so that the site performs better, right? Or the organization as a whole performs better. And then the last thing is service orchestration. So we have data acquisition now, as we saw earlier, from the first 2 points, happening from IoT and sensors and from users, as well as a variety of other digital ways in which data is being captured. And we also have information about the location and the productivity and performance of people. Right? So understanding the performance of the site itself, understanding the performance of the assets in the site and the people operating and running the site, there will be a set of triggers and workflows which will get generated, and these will need to be managed in real time so that the entire building and its operations work seamlessly. They operate at a much higher level of productivity. The building itself becomes not just intelligent, but it becomes responsive. It becomes responsive to its occupants and its users, and essentially improves the experience of the occupants of the building, right? And it could cut across, so this is a horizontal requirement which is going to cut across buildings and connected sites of all types, from manufacturing to real estate and facilities to hospitals to as the economy opens up to retail and hospitality and other sectors as well. Right? And we at Gaia are also seeing this as a big trend. And we're seeing that pundits are also talking about this as the next big trend, that you're looking at a connected site and a connected workforce, and digital transformation of these sites and digital operations is really the future, right? Automation is the future. And this has been brought to fore very sharply due to the pandemic. And we will see that acceleration, and we will see people wanting to have a lot more visibility into the last mile and the last minute, and a lot more control over the performance of the last mile and the last minute. Thank you.